Hi, welcome to EdTech Tuesday. I'm Rich Dixon.
Hey, and I'm Jennifer Gibson, and today we're going to talk about Polldaddy.
Polldaddy, that sounds really exciting. Is this like race car driving or something?
No.
Okay, what is it?
Actually, this is a way to create a survey for your class, your students. Maybe it's a group of teachers you're working with, or even within your school district.
Okay, you mentioned surveys. What else can we do with this?
This is a way to do surveys or polls with your staff, your students, maybe even your entire school district, or just your school site.
All right, well, let's take a look at the website. You want to walk us through this?
Yeah, so here I am on the landing page. It's under polldaddy.com, and we have that URL on the screen right now. If you go ahead and look at it, you're going to see some things that I think are worth looking at. Let's look at plans and pricing. Here is where you can see that they have this free account, and that's what we're talking about today. And then, of course, if you wanted to do something that really reached out to a lot more people, then you would go pro, and then there's a corporate account.
Which sounds very business focused, but it sounds like we could take the free version and think about use related to the classroom.
We can, and just remember, it limits you to 1,000 participants, which is for school.
For my classroom, thankfully, I'm not there yet.
Now, a high school teacher, wanting to work with, everybody at the school or a principal,
sure,
this is gonna, maybe you'd have to consider upgrading.
Yeah.
But you really get unlimited polls and surveys. You get the opportunity to create a variety of question types. And as you look through here and you're comparing the features, there's so many different things. There's 19 different types of questions. And you also can add images, you can get reporting and collections, and there's a really great visual. So I'm going to now take us over to an account that we set up for a poll that we just had. And this was having our participants kind of rate where they were in the learning cycle.
This is during a PD presentation that we recently did. Okay,
so what you see here is we set up a number of options for them to rate themselves.
They took a poll. We asked a simple question, and they had a number of different answer choices.
That's right. 4 people responded that they're just starting out and they're wanting to learn more. And so that, here's your percent, and that translates over to this pie chart. And then you can see all the way down to, I want to teach this, I want to train other trainers. There was 1 person that was ready to do that. So now all of a sudden you know your audience, and I can see this with kids, especially KWL, now becomes a poll or a survey. And you give a variety of responses. You can take a look at where you need to go with this and who might be your experts in-house and how they can help with the presentation.
It's great, and I think especially for students, if you're especially in a one-to-one environment, if you have those students that are shy and may not be as comfortable suggesting an answer or volunteering their own opinion about something, a great way to elicit a response and make potentially something that might just be a passive learning environment a little bit more active.
Okay, so we're going to talk about creating a poll now. So what you can see here is we already have the one we just showed you. That's one that we've already created, and we had 28 votes on that. Here are all the different things that we can do. We can go to create new, and then you have the choice. Do you want to create a survey, a poll, a quiz, or a rating? Yep. Okay?
Let's stick with a poll just to be consistent.
Stay with where we are, and you can explore this. This is actually, I would say for someone who is an intermediate, this is not going to be a problem at all. If you're a beginner, you're going to have to take some time to go through and learn all the options.
About how much time do you think it would take for an intermediate learner, adult learner, a teacher, to be able to get up and going with this?
15 minutes?
Okay.
Would you disagree with that?
I think that's about right.
Yeah, I think if you're a newer technology user, it's going to take some time. It's just getting used to that, how things work. So we can write in a poll question. What year did you graduate? And then you can write in a number of answers. Let's see, 1800.
We might have some of those around, but
1983. Just depending on your
sure.
audience, you would just then give a number of options, let's say. And then you can add media here, so the different kinds of media types. You can upload, you can go ahead and get something from an embed.
I really like that aspect because for emergent readers, it's a great way to pair both a visual cue and then some words or letters or a phrase around.
Absolutely, so I'm just going to go ahead and cancel that. Once you're done, you can see that I can add as many answers here. And then you can allow the users to create or to answer multiple selections. So like sometimes when you're doing a poll, you might say, click all that apply, right? Mm-hmm. And so then you would have, I'm female, I graduated in 1983, I attended college. You just go through that list.
Sure.
You can randomize and you can allow users to enter their own answer. And that's really nice too, because sometimes you might not figure something that needs to be part of it.
Okay, now Jennifer, I have to point out, we're capturing potentially student data with this if we're using this in front of students.
Right.
I want to talk a little bit about some of the privacy restrictions and whatnot that I see down at the bottom.
Talk about that. Here, you can keep this or close it right after you've finished the poll.
Which is nice, so that doesn't continue to live publicly out there in the internet.
Right, which is a good call there. And then you could allow sharing, which I would say you wouldn't want to do, which this goes on to Facebook and Twitter and other social media. Here's the restrictions. Password restriction, which I think is really important for students. You can have it be IP restriction to your building, you know, and your school site. You can have it so they have to put in a CAPTCHA so you're not getting spammed. And then you've got email restriction where they've got to, you know, have their email account to log in. You can repeat. You don't block repeat voting, which means they can vote multiple times, or block by cookie where they're following cookies on that person's device. So, and then when that expires. So results then again can be hidden, or they can show just the percentages of the results so that you're protecting some of that data. And then you can show all the results to viewers and the media as well. Comments, you can also have them be moderated first, and you can have no comments. So there's a lot of things that I think would work with school sites. You should talk to your IT person to make sure that this fits your policy at your school site, though. We always recommend that.
Absolutely.
And basically, that's an overview of Polldaddy.